was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I always have coffee when I watch Radar. You know that.
Of course I do, sir.
Everybody knows that.
Of course we do, sir! Hot! Too hot!
Titus, I'm bored.
The boy is hotter than hot.
There can be only one.
It's all in the reflexes.
Good morning, Mom Holla! Greetings, everybody, and welcome to 0 Hour with Stone Cold Loki and the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who wears the shades and does his thing and has his hair combed back like Jack Nicholson. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
I like the sound of it more than I even like dancing with the prey before I tell them how beautiful they would look on a plate.
Did you ever see the interview where Elijah Wood was talking about the premiere of Return of the King and how he went outside to have a cigarette? He's like standing out there as the ending, the hour-long ending is going, and he's smoking, and Jack Nicholson comes out, and he's like, "Let me have one of those, kid." And he gets a smoke, and he lights his up. He's standing there, and he goes, "Well, Mr. Nicholson, did you like the movie?" And he's there. "Too many endings, kid." Too many endings. Your movie's got too many endings.
we share. I'm sure I don't speak just for myself, but as well done as those movies were, and that's coming from me, who's not even like a Lord of the Rings obsessed fan. Too many endings. Too many. Well, I mean, it would have been
too many questions. Too many questions.
It would have been one thing if there weren't so many teasing fades to black, and then it just comes back to show, here's the wrap up of this character's story, and then this one. But anyway, what's done is done. They're still well done. So thank you, Jack. I share your sentiment. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first 0 hour of 2026. My God.
And they're talking about toys again. They're going to talk about toys again.
Hey,
they're going to talk about toys, and they're going to talk about stuff, and they're going to talk about guy stuff, and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, because that's what we are. We're guys that like video games and collecting toys and having fun. And guys, just to get this out of the way right away, we will be giving away this little guy at the end of the month. This is a hot rod from Transformers, the movie. This is actually, and I actually have the box too, all the goodies inside. So if you want to put stickers on them and all that fun stuff, this is we're going to give him away at the end of the month to a lucky person here in Valhalla, because Loki's got a new project that he's working on. I'll pull that up really quick and show you guys before we get going, because some people apparently were like, Loki, have you blah 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 blah? And I'm like, well, kind of, but I've been working on a project. This is it. It's called Transform It already. This is a new channel. There is no content up yet, just so everybody knows. That is coming. I'm waiting on a backdrop that I ordered off of Amazon and another set piece. That way I can, because I can't do it in here. I'm not going to do it like fiddle with the camera and be like, oh my God, look at it. No, I want to do professional toy reviews. There's going to be a bunch of videos, 3 videos a week with different toys. I'll never be going over the same thing twice. If you want to know how I feel about something, like how I feel about this little guy right here. I love the car mode. The car mode's really cool. The robot, though, has a lot of issues. So it's not, I don't know. It's a Gen 2 Transformer in every way, shape, and form. It transforms in like 6 steps. It's not difficult. And it's just, I'm going to be given at some point, I'm going to take this down. If you actually want the URL, it's really easy. I'll put it in the chat. It's just youtube.com/@transformit already. So it's really easy to remember. It's not difficult.
All right.
Stop sharing real quick. But I found this just out and about, and Gun Buddy, you'll be happy to know, yes, I have a Shockwave. It's very simple too. It's not like a super difficult one. It was cheap as shit too. So it's another 6-step transformer. It turns into a little spaceship or some shit for everybody. But we're going to talk about toys today. We're going to talk about toys. I've got like a pile of stuff here that I pulled out of the closet. Hopefully we'll have some fun today talking about all the stuff we used to love to play with when we were kids. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mask. Mask is back. I don't know if you heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mask is back.
What better way to ring in the new year than talking about things that made us happy in happier times before everything went absolutely nuts this day and age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bro, that's exactly it. Is the move from, okay, you had your toys when you were a kid and you enjoyed them and you loved to play with them. Well, it's even funner when you're adult because you can be like, okay, I really, really want to get a hold of this and check it out. You guys know I'm a mad, crazy collector of fun stuff that I loved when I was a kid. And that's the connection I have to it is I love playing with this stuff when I was a kid. One of the things I really want to get a hold of that Eris will probably never let me bring home is the flag. I want the flag back. So I had the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, USS Flag, that pretty much takes up a whole room. We'll see if that ever happens. I might do that and restore one and then sell it and see what happens. But she'd have to put up with it for however long it took me to clean it, restore it, repair it, whatever I'm going to do with it, and then send it out the door and sell it. What about you?
Me?
Loki, was it? No,
no. I did not come prepared for show and tell. But I mean, you guys and gals know what I like. Well, I mean, I've got stuff in the back there. Maybe I'll show some of those off later. But yeah, it's it's a wonderful nostalgia trip to look back on. Things like that, especially when you get a little older and you come to appreciate. When you reach adulthood and you got to worry about all the dreary, mundane things of the world, working the 9 to 5, doing what you got to do, bills and groceries and all that crap. No, it's nice to kind of take a step back and think about and I know everybody says this, it's cliche, but to think of, when times were simpler and, you look at things with that childlike innocence. It's okay to go back and visit those days once in a while. Cause God damn, you got to help keep your brain feeling young. You got to keep yourself feeling fresh. So take your nostalgia trips, do whatever you got to do, enjoy yourselves. And if that means pulling out your action figures, God damn, go do it, son.
Pull out the action figures and have a good time. We've got a couple of people that pulled out their cards,
wallets,
and we very much appreciate it, guys. Thank you so very much. Jedi Master lost in space and Top Back Classics with a $5 super chat. Good morning, Loki and Zero. Have a fantastic week. Skull and tuck and roll to you too. Jedi Master, thank you for being here, for kicking ass, for taking names, for doing what you do, for being a wrench. You and Project Storytime and Jill Powers, the River Daughter. Thank you both so very much for everything you do. DJ Ronnie G, what's up, brother? Yeah. Throws into 20. Says here to a new year, starting from 0 hour. I hope we get to hang out again in March. I hope you're coming to the MegaCon where we're all going to meet up and hang out with the snowblower. He's gonna hate me when he hears that. He'd be like, "Loki, don't start on chat." He called the shit poop. Yeah, that'll be fun. So we're gonna have a fun time in March. That's gonna be coming up. Meet up in Florida for MegaCon. I can't wait. I'm gonna have a great time. It's gonna be great. I may be traveling with someone. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Depends on whether that individual can get identification so they can fly. If they cannot, then they may just be picking me up on the way to MegaCon and we'll team drive all the way over there. All right.
Well, all right.
So thank you both, gentlemen. Thank you, Jedi Master. And thank you so very much, DJ Ronald. You guys, if you haven't subscribed to these two guys' channels, what are you doing? Get over there, subscribe, ring that bell, bring it with a hammer, bing, bing, and show the guys some support because they have fun. And that's the most important part of all of this is having fun. That's why we're going to talk about toys today. So guys, here you go. A little skull and tuck and roll. Will I be driving? That all depends on whether a certain individual is able to fly or if they are going to drive. If they end up driving, they'll be picking up me on the way. If they message me and they're like, hey, I'm able to get my stuff, I'm going to fly, then I'm going to fly. So, because that'll be just, I'll jump on a plane and be there in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Driving, it's going to be an all day event, which I don't mind. But swapping out team driving, that's not new to me. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you both, gentlemen, so very much. Okay, so big deal for you. Biggest deal. What is it going to be? G.I. Joe, Transformers, Power Rangers.
It's funny, because you can compile a list of all those, because that, we were fortunate to, be children when all that stuff was taken off. But I mean, me personally, for me, it was always kind of a toss up. Yes, I did have, some Power Rangers kicking around when I was in my late, the latter years of the tens, the nines and tens and stuff. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, they were friggin' awesome, man. But the yeah.
No, this is the black T-Rex.
Oh,
that's not the Dragon Zord.
Oh, never.
This is the dark.
I'm glad you knew the song, though. You knew the song.
Yes, this is the dark. This is the dark, like corrupted version of. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Jason's T-Rex from the original
Tyrannosaurus. It's funny you mentioned that too, because I never would have dawned on me. I do have them somewhere, but when they came out with the Power Rangers play sets, it was like a 3-piece box. You got like the gun that turned into the blade, you got the the morpher thing, and something else that came with the 5 coins that you could interchange with. But anyway, back on topic. Growing up as a child of the 80s, there not only would it rank up there with some of my favorites, because I mean that was the decade when all of this stuff in the latter years of that decade, Ninja Turtles and Batman, that stuff was everywhere. You already know I like Ninja Turtles and Batman, but my point is, being a child of that time, when it took off the way it did, I love that. That is sick.
There's a version of Jason that's like King something. I don't remember what the fuck they called him, but he's an evil version of Tommy.
Yeah.
And this is his Dragon Zord, like ultimate Dragon Zord.
That is the Dragon Zord.
The corrupted Zords for the legs.
Yeah. But it's I mean, to be around when at the time when all of
Kimberly's
that stuff,
little
the
pterodactyl, but it's black. Again, it's black. It's the corrupted dark version of Kimberly's.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Yeah, growing up during that time when all of that stuff
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and
we're talking about Ninja Turtles
and Batman and all that stuff, because I mean, 89 Batman just blew that into the stratosphere. And Ninja Turtles, obviously, with the cartoon. Splinter. That looks
and the Shredder Aruko Sake.
And you know what? For my money, I still say that's like the best depiction of Shredder.
Yes,
when it comes to live action. I joke all the
depiction of all of them.
Yeah,
that's the best depiction of the Turtles. And not just live action, the cartoons too. Those beat, in my opinion, and I don't give a shit who wants to argue with me. Go ahead. As far as all of like video games, whatever, that movie is the best out of all of it. Now, the comic book, the original black and white comic book, obviously, that's very good, but that movie is based on those comics. So, Longest Parsec, what's up? Good morning over there on Rumble with the Jester of Sin. How are you guys doing this morning? Yeah, Turtle Power. I like turtles.
But yeah,
it's Ninja Turtles. They are gay.
They are gay. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, to be around when, Batman and, the Turtles were taking off, it was an
Oh, baby turtles. Sorry. I keep
This is what happens when we do a live. We don't rehearse. Pat
No,
said
we
I need a week's advance to know what we're talking about so I can prepare. Nope, never. But yeah, being around when all that was taking off, I mean, it was huge. If you lived it, you experienced it. It was everywhere. Turtle Power was everywhere. Batman Mania was everywhere. And getting to experience that in the theater, at home on TV, with the cartoon, Batman, the animated series, and the toys. My God, the toys were
Where
awesome.
does he get those wonderful toys?
Well, I'll show a few.
Oh, he's getting up. He's getting up and he's in bat pants. Look
Yeah,
at that.
how-
He's in bat
how I-
pants.
How ironic. I'm going to show off Turtles and Batman pants are currently being sported. So I do have originals. These are actually a reissue of the originals that came out several years ago.
Oh yeah, dude, that's sick. I love that. You better have Raphael. Raphael was the best turtle. He didn't take shit off anybody. If you're talking, we can't hear you. You're muted. You muted yourself. Still can't hear you. Hello?
Are we going? Okay,
Yeah.
we're going.
Okay, we're better. Yes.
Damn, I need a new microphone. Also, if you're currently playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate like I am, Raphael has the best crit damage. Hook that shit up.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's my boy.
I do have all four, but yeah, like I said, these are reissues of the two scale originals. I do have my originals from the 80s in a special box in the closet. I don't take those out very often, but I got these when they came out a few years ago because I thought they were a nice, centerpiece to whatever. And they didn't last long. I don't know what it's like where you guys currently reside, but these were on the shelves for maybe a couple months and then we
Gone.
never saw them again. Yeah.
Yep.
But they were always some of my favorites, along with the many variations of Batman action figures and accessories and all kinds of shit. I mean, oh yeah, keep talking.
Apparently, Gum Bunny is wearing fleece bat pants with the white bat symbol. Cool. Artcaster says the 2003 series is still my favorite, even though it made some changes with the Shredder. I love the movies. I can't ever get past the movies. The movies are always going to be the top.
Yeah. So to bookend my two favorites, this came out probably 20 years ago now. This is from Hot Wheels. This is the 89 Batmobile, which does need a dusting. But I saw this again. These didn't last long either. But yeah, the window opens. It's got the machine guns that flip up there.
Does it turn on?
It does not turn on. No, this is just a straight up like 5-pound die cast.
Mine turns on.
Thing. No, this was I think this was one of the first issues that Hot Wheels put out. They may have done. You can see the logo there, Hot Wheels. Yeah, these were one of the first ones they released when they were doing like the full die cast model kind of things. But again, these didn't last long either. I saw maybe a handful on the shelf and then they disappeared quick too.
So I've got the this Batcave thing. I got it for Eris actually for Christmas one year because she, I love Batman, but Superman's always been my favorite. I know more about Superman than anybody else. I've read decades of Superman comics. Eris is absolutely a Batman nut. So I got her this Batcave set up, but it's got the Batmobile on a turntable. It is the Batmobile from the 89 movie and the Batcave from the 89 movie. The car can come off of the turntable. You can like drive it around. Not yourself, but yeah, you got like a little controller you can drive around with. But if you have water, there's a place you can put water in. Steam comes out of the engine.
Mhm.
It's got the sounds. It's got all the sounds like the turbocharger, heating up, the booster heating up, the machine guns come out and go
Yeah.
back in automatically. It's really cool. It's kind of like those $1,000 transformers you see that can
Mhm.
transform on their own and all that shit
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, but it didn't cost nearly that much. I think I got it on sale for 150. That
That's
was
pretty
on
good,
sale
though.
for like half of what it normally went for
Yeah.
Christmas. And she likes it. I'm not gonna go in there and get it because God help me, I'll try and pick it up and it'll just
We
something
don't
will
we
happen. We don't do
we
that
don't
anymore.
we don't need to start off the new year with another sound of something breaking in the distance.
Gundle has no pants. Gundle
Yeah.
needs no pants.
All right.
So Batman, I had Batman stuff. I had the Batmobile, which did not have a cover. The 89 Batmobile that Kenner came out with, the original one, was open top. It did not have the slide cover. So you just put Batman in there
Yeah.
and I had the
I had
the
a
Bat plane that he had in the 89 movie.
Yeah, the Batwing. I had a friend who had he had more action figures than I did, but his Batmobile was probably, I don't know, to scale. I don't know how big it would be. Maybe 12, 13 inches long. It was like a fully mobile plastic Batmobile. That you could actually put like the Michael Keaton Batman action figure inside. But anyway, his Batmobile actually came with the shields, which was essentially just a thin piece of, shaped plastic that you just kind of put over top of the Batmobile. Flimsy as shit and prone to breakage like there was no tomorrow, but at least they threw it in there and it was cool because everybody was walking around in parking lots next to cars back then going, shields up. Stop. So yeah, a lot of fun.
Boys
A lot of
can
fun.
Pat asked, Loki, did your brother give you any of his cool toys? No, he gave me a broken arm. My cool older cousin gave me a complete Chips action figure set. So my brother had remote control cars, like expensive racing ones that you'd go and actually like race in races, like official remote control car races, right?
Mhm.
So I was playing with one and messing with it, and I ended up ripping the antenna off.
Oh,
So he broke my arm. That's about all I got from. And I was little. I was tiny. I was only like 5 years old.
And he thought that was a fair trade.
That was a fair trade. That's right. So,
oh my God,
that's what. That's the kind of brother I had.
well, family's got to stick together.
He was a dick. He is a dick. He's still a dick. He actually helped with that wonderful deal in California where you had all of those lending agents setting up housing loans back when they had all the Fannie Mae shit. He was one of those guys that profited off all of that. So he's just a douche.
Yeah. Well,
Funny watching the camera follow Zero. No shit, it's weird.
I know the auto tracking thing is still on. I don't know, just deal with it.
Oh, dude, I just dealt with it. It wasn't the first time. It wouldn't be the last time. So when I was really little, like I think I was like a year old, he took me out on his moped after our parents were like, "No, you're not taking him out on." He's like 1 year old. Fuck you. And I ended up getting a key stuck in my forehead when we wrecked. He blamed that on me too. He said it was
my
God. He tried to grab the handlebars. Thank God I was an only child. Dude, I for a while I was. For a little while I was, because he didn't move with us from California to Texas. So for a little while I was. And they were like, he'll never live here again and blah, 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 blah. Because he threw a big ass party while we were in Texas getting a new house. He threw a big ass party and gave away half the shit we had and just wasn't there when they got back. So for a little while I was, and then he called and was like, my girlfriend threw me out and I'm in San Antonio and I'm stuck here and I have nowhere to go. And my mom, of course, was like, go and get him. Go and get him. He's out in the cold. Yeah. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Mr. Dan Funk. Keep being funky, bro. This one's just for you. A little funky Conan to get your morning started off right. Christ had a Loki live past 10 very carefully. Very carefully.
Strategically.
Growing up in South Houston, strategically. And I didn't have, a cool brother that'd be like, oh, hey man, you need to, dress like this and slick your hair back and be the cool dude. Not until he came back after San Antonio for a while.
Yeah.
But because it was like, hey, let's dress him like a complete and total fucking nerd. And that's exactly what they did for a while. So very carefully for a little while when I was little. But once I hit like 9 or 10, it was like, no, I was like a surfer kid. I look like a fucking surfer
kid.
Dude,
gonna catch gnarly waves downtown. Yeah.
Man, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Later, it evolved into skater metal punk. And it just kind of
the
teen stayed with me.
It's funny, those things you get into when you're a teenager, sometimes they just never leave, and I'm proud to say I still cling to certain things from my teen years that will never go away. But yeah, I mean, growing up the way I did with an older sister, we were almost a decade apart, so there was a fairly sizable gap between us. But I mean, we even had times where we would share things, like her and I used to play Nintendo a lot together. I even got a few of her hand-me-down toys. I think my first Light Bright set, if you remember those, came from her.
God.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Light Bright.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was cool though. It sucks when you run out of paper, then you have to go buy more, just stick it in there. But there were a lot of good times that can come, despite the generational gaps that happen sometimes between siblings. Sometimes there's always a little bit of common middle ground. Let me ask you though, because I don't
didn't have, hold on. We know Zero didn't have a little brother. He still has his toys from childhood. Okay.
I do have most of them. Yes. They're in my box,
that was
closet.
I know you remember these. Micro Machine Star Wars. They are the Star Wars. Yes, they are. No.
Yeah.
So this is the Micro Machine Star Wars trilogy gift set. Yes, when there was just a trilogy, the original trilogy, Star Wars Micro Machines. I've got some figures, some Star Wars figures. I'm not going to show them. Eris actually has the most expensive Star Wars figure we have, and that is an original Emperor Palpatine. Slabbed. So this is slabbed and graded. It's a 9.6. It's not like, the best grade in the world, but it's high enough that it's an OG Palpatine. I don't remember how much she paid for that, but
she paid what it cost.
I know we got it at a convention. So that's I think that's her most expensive item that she collected.
It's pretty wild though. I did highlight this because you know what? My sister had one of those too. And yes, I tried it out a few times. Don't stick your finger in the oven and burn yourself on the leg.
But you did easy bake, let's break brownies.
Oh my God. No,
Zeropium's baking brownies again.
Ooh, Zero's special brownies. No, she didn't let me use any of the ingredients that came with this. She just let me look at it and turn the light on and off. That was it. Dude, don't get me started on the Legos. Holy shit, I was a Lego kid as well.
Yeah, but I never got the ones I wanted. I got like the shitty fucking castle that was like tiny. I had a box of random ass Legos that was like, you had no idea what went where.
That inevitably happens to anyone who collects more than one set. That's just the way it is.
I always wanted the Star Wars Legos for the longest time. I will never get those. We were walking through Target because we were looking for something for the garage that we couldn't get at Walmart. That's the only time I go to Target is when can't get whatever. I can't get it at Walmart. And they didn't have it either, so we didn't end up spending any money at Target. But they had the Star Wars Legos when we went by the toy section. Because obviously I'm going to stop and look for Transformers. And they didn't have any. Completely sold out still. This was a couple of days ago, and they were still sold out with that from everything from Christmas. It's like they hadn't even restocked it.
Liquidate everything.
They had some of the Star Wars Lego stuff, and I mean, for like an X-wing, it's like $125.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the other problem with Legos too. I mean, is just the prices on some of them are just absolutely ridiculous. So I mean, it's hard to be a Lego collector if you don't have a foundation already built up over the years. Because if you're starting Legos from scratch, Jesus, even the most basic minuscule set that's modeled after something.
Shrinky dinks, dude. Okay, so you put these freaking things. It was in the oven, wasn't it? You put them in the oven,
something
and they
like that.
shrank, and they
temperature activated.
They hardened. So they shrank and they hardened, and you could put them up and you know, display them.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I haven't thought about shrinky dinks in forever. Anybody remember the little pills you threw in water and they'd make like dinosaurs or monsters or whatever? That was some crazy shit back in the day. That was some those were dollar store toys.
They were stuff you pick up for your kids on the way home because you know they're going to be bugging you at the door when you get home. But what about the Hot Wheels that change color when you put them in water? Man,
oh dude, I haven't thought about those in forever.
Those were great. Somebody
water changing ones.
Yeah, they were great. Does Eris have any strawberry shortcake or pound puppies? Dude, pound puppies, and I can't believe I even remember this, but I mean pound puppies and Pooch Patrol and all that shit. Yeah, that was all big when I was a kid too.
You have to understand something. Eris was the kind of girl that had the Morticia Adams figure and the Gomez one and was like, God, Mia, mon cher. That's the kind of girl Eris was. Eris wasn't the strawberry shortcake, easy baked oven kind of girl. No.
Oh, that's cool.
What the fuck that is.
You know, he had to have one of those stashed away somewhere.
I've got a couple of Loki figures. This is I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna ever open this or not. I actually got this when we were on our honeymoon at Universal, and I was like, you know what, that's pretty cool. I'll pick that up. It wasn't that expensive. It's Marvel Selects. It's cool. There's another one I've got though. That one's almost impossible to find. That one's not been opened either. That's on eBay right now for like $200. I was like, maybe it's a smaller one too. It's like a smaller one. He's got multiple items that go along with him, but apparently it's a very rare one. They only made like 1,000 of them or some shit. And you either got them or you didn't. And that is one of the things that is really hard to do, is knowing when to buy and when not to. This guy, obviously, this is a cell shaded MP10, I think. MP10, it might be a MP9. 100% sure anymore. But it's cell shaded. This is an Optimus Prime. He's got a matrix in his chest. You can open up his chest and he transforms. Obviously, it's a masterpiece. Optimus Prime. Yeah, I absolutely love this guy. It's probably my favorite Optimus Prime that I own. And I own a lot of them. His head moves, it turns.
Anatomically correct.
You've got articulation in the joints. His hands actually open, and the fingers actually do their thing, so you can open up his hands.
Speaking of articulation, do you remember the Stretch Armstrong dolls that were out years ago?
Oh, dude, yes.
Holy crap. Wow. So many things are jogging my memory. I want to run a couple things past you too, because we were talking about Legos and something.
Yeah, it's an MP1. Sorry. It's an MP1 Optimus Prime that's cell shaded.
Yeah.
So
do you or anybody out there do you remember playing with let's see, let Zero drop some names for you. Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys. Yep.
I'm sorry, this is gonna sound funny, but this is legit what it was called. Erector sets.
Yeah,
They were
sets. Yep.
yeah, hell yeah. Now let me
Lincoln
ask,
Logs.
yeah.
Lincoln Logs.
We still sell some of those down here on special occasions. I was gonna ask you what the weirdest toy you ever owned was that kind of nobody else had, or they would see it and kind of give you like the sideways eye look. Because one of the weirdest toys I had, I thought it was damn cool, but chat, maybe some of you know what it is. It was called the Armatron, and it was like a remote control arm that just kind of you move it around and you pick things up with. It was like a robotic arm with a claw attached to it. I think it ran on batteries or an adapter set, but I always thought it was cool. It didn't do anything other than move all kinds of different ways and pick things up and put them down. But damn, I thought it was one of the best toys I had, because even as a kid doing something so simple, I could spend hours playing with that thing.
So I spent years looking for it. Give me 1 second, because I gotta pull it up, and it's not that easy to find. So there was this show that I watched when I was really little, and I don't know where I got the I don't know where I got the toy from, because I was that little. But I remember I wanted it because I was watching the show. Give me 1 second to pull it up, because I gotta find it. It's not the easiest. It's not the easiest damn thing to find. Where is it?
It's around somewhere.
I'm looking for the.
Armature. Holy shit, I can't believe it.
Okay, hold on. Oh God. Uh-oh.
I'm here. I
heard that. I'm like sitting here looking. Where'd they go?
I hit the back button by accident.
Oh,
my bad.
Okay. I thought that was someone coming in. I was like, there's only one other man who would dare come in the live stream without an invite, and he's got the keys.
Boo boo. Can I share something briefly?
Yes.
I
Go ahead while
found.
I'm looking at this.
I got all right, let me see. I got the here, right here. That was the Armatron. That was the one I had as a kid by Tommy or whatever its name was.
Takara Tommy.
Yeah.
Is it
mine
Takara Tommy? Or just Tommy? Okay.
It was just called the Armatron, whatever. But yeah, that was one of the weirdest toys I had as a kid. But yeah, it was very articulate. It doesn't look like you get a whole lot of motion out of that thing, but it was actually pretty articulate and pretty advanced for the time. So yeah, that was probably the weirdest toy I ever owned, because I didn't know too many people that actually had one. But
okay, so this is the guy. Let me add this. This is the guy that I had, and nobody knew where the hell, like what the hell it came from. But there was a show back in the day. This is Mazinger Z. He wasn't called that in the US. He was called something else. But I had this guy back in the day, and this is almost exactly what he looked like. Is this? The toy looked almost exactly like that, and this is the OG one that was in the cartoon that I watched. But he wasn't called Messinger in the US. He was called something else. But apparently there's like a whole series of these guys. You know, as you can see, they have upgraded him over the years. But this was the weirdest toy that I had, because no one knew what the hell it was or where it came from. And all I knew at the time was that here's another little. This is very much like the toy that I had. This one.
I thought that was Dr. Eggman on the far right there.
No one knew who this guy was. No one knew what he was. No one knew where I got him from. And I'm pretty sure I got him from a dollar store, and my dad didn't want me to get him. And I said, yeah, his arm fired off. Yes, dude, his fist. He had a rocket fist. That his wrist would fly off. Was he called Armatron? Was that what he was called? Was Armatron? I know 24/7 Fusion saw that I had one and was like, oh, that's this guy. And I'm like, no, this is Mazinger Z. And he's like, no, he was called this in the US. I was like, well, I didn't even know what the hell he was called in the US. So the Mazinger Z Infinity movie is just wow, shows the old IP in the right hands can be updated and successful, embodying OG recipe and looks and story, but new. Exactly.
Yeah.
It looks. I love finding weird shit like this and being like, man, I loved having that when I was a kid. I loved playing with it. I'd play with it with my damn Voltron, who's back there. You guys have seen over and over.
Yeah.
You don't need me to pull his big ass out, but I do have something. You have something else. Where'd he go?
What about
someone said they like Optimus. This isn't open. This is not opened yet. This will be one of the toys that I review. This is the 86 Studio Series Optimus Prime with the trailer. I've got like 10 different Optimus Primes. I've even got the Year of the Horse one, which is translucent, which is really weird.
Nice.
But I love collecting Primes.
Yeah. We can tell. What about speaking of Legos and stepping on things, Home Alone style, what about micro machines?
Yeah, I just showed you micro machines. I just had some micro machines, some Star Wars damn micro machines. I had the micro machine aircraft carrier, and please don't open. Please don't open what the Optimus. Optimus. Pat. Later today, and if you guys want, I'll show you Wednesday. Later today, I have multiple Gen 1 Transformers coming, including an Optimus Prime in the box.
It's in the box.
So that one I will not open. These are Studio Series, so you can still find pretty much all of these if you want. Go to Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I look first before I go to eBay, before I go anywhere else. I look on Big Bad Toy Store if I can get them there. I've got Ultra Magnus and the first of the Combaticons, the helicopter. The first part of the Combaticons coming. They're supposed to be on the way, so that'll be My parents were poor, so I got GoBots. Yeah, I didn't get Transformers. I got told Transformers were cheap Japanese toys, that all the Japanese sold were cheap plastic toys. And that's because Transformers got a lot of heat. Because what's his name? Ironhide. So Ironhide and Ratchet were the vans, right? You had the red van and the white van. They were they weren't robots. So when you transformed them, they turned into like battle station things. They weren't like they were in the show. Yeah. So that immediately got a lot of like older people that were buying for their kids to go, oh no, that's a scam. They're trying to scam you with those Transformer toys because they break really easy and they don't look like they do on the show, and that confuses the kids. And of course, all the Karens in the world were going off on Megatron being a gun. They were going off on Megatron being a damn gun. So because got a lot of shit.
That's why they ended up putting those orange caps on the end of all the fake toy guns out there and shit like that. Hey, thanks for ruining my immersion, folks.
So I had one Transformer, and that was Starscream. That was it. I had one Transformer, and that was Starscream. All my other friends had plenty of Transformers. And by the time I was screw GI Joe. I want some Transformers.
Mhm.
We were poor as shit, and we couldn't afford it because my pops had to go back to school to be a teacher after he retired from the Navy, after he retired from being a pilot. So we didn't really have the money to have all that. But I had a ton of GI Joe shit, and
Yeah.
micro machines were cheap. So it's funny when when your friend tells you something. My buddy Chris told me, it was probably like 10 years ago. He goes, "You know what, dude? I stole one of your micro machines from you when we were kids." I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was sitting on your little micro machine aircraft carrier." And I was like, he's got more than one of these. He won't miss one. And I took it and I felt so bad that I brought it back and put it back, and you didn't even know it was gone. I was like, okay.
J- I was gonna say it's a good thing he didn't let you punch in the face, because like 10 years of collected interest is owed a very decently enforced punch in the face. But oh my god, yeah, I brought up micro machines because I remember back in my day, yeah, because I'm such a different age from
Oh,
everybody.
DJ, I don't know if oops. DJ, I don't know if you saw this earlier, but there's your Star Wars ships.
Yeah, the
Oh, you were talking about Star Trek. I've got those too. I didn't bring them out, but I've got the Star Trek ones too.
I've got
Mark
a I've
Machine
got
shop.
a I've got a couple TNG action figures kicking around somewhere. I've got two Worfs, one in tactical uniform and one in his engineering uniform. I have a Data too. I have a Lieutenant Commander Data action figure, and it's cool because like his arm opens so you can see like the circuitry in it.
Pew pew pew
And,
pew pew pew.
yeah, and there's like a square on his back that opens up so you can like play with all the shit in there. It's pretty cool. But I remember all the girls that were my age, for some reason, they had things called Polly Pocket come out, which were little handheld play sets and shit. And they were pretty well made. They were all intricate and they were cool looking. I say that now because it is what it is. But I remember all the guys, or all us boys, are running around going, "Why can't we have something like that? I mean, we want little handheld play sets." Well, lo and behold, maybe a year or so after, they came out with little handheld play sets for boys that were called Mighty Max. Does anybody remember Mighty Max? You'll have to look it up later. But they were handheld play sets that my first one was you're playing with dolls in the bathtub again. Dude, when I was really young, when I still took baths, there were times I would bring GI Joes into the bathtub and they would go on like, scuba diving missions and shit like that. But anyway, yeah, we had Mighty Max, and my first one was a coiled snake, and it unfolded into like some ancient Egyptian Aztec mummy thing, and you get your little Max action figure to run around in there. I also had one that was it was a skull. I had a shark. I think it was a tarantula or something like that. But they were all really cool. I don't know if you can find them nowadays, but yeah, they were pretty fun.
Squeaky Mouse, good morning. She says, "I wish I had my things from younger. I do have my Fisher Price record player though." I
Oh,
feel you.
classic.
I really do. I wish.
Classic.
So a lot of the stuff. So I had the original Castle Grayskull. I had Snake Mountain. I had the GI Joe base, the Cobra base, obviously the flag. But the flag we tried to float it in the pool. So me and a buddy like got it outside, carried the some bitch outside, and tried to float it in the swimming pool to see if it actually float. Guess what? It didn't, because it's got seams because it opens and it just leaks and just to the bottom of the pool. So it eventually went up in the attic, and the last time I saw it, the base was there, but the deck had been carried away and made into like a condo by rats in the attic.
Shit.
So, but all that got thrown out when my parents died. So when my dad passed away, my brother went in and just threw everything out. These included some first edition Dark Tower books that my dad had. And when I was asked what I want. I said, I just want some of the books. Some of the books and the stuff he got me into. I'd like to have some of his books. And I got told all that when all went to the BA, so fuck off. And I was like, okay. But everything else got thrown out, apparently. He probably eBayed it. He probably had somebody go through it and just eBayed it all.
Bastard.
But, yeah. I've only got a few things that I had when I was a kid. I do have a clock that my dad gave me. It was actually the last thing he ever sent me for Christmas was the Star Trek clock. That got broke when that same buddy came by and was absolutely positively drunk on his off his ass. That clock got broke and busted and never work again. However, Eris and her family got a replacement this Christmas. So I'm not going to get up, but it's over there under the desk. It's in the box. It has not been opened yet. But I'm going to she glued the old one back together, but it's never going to work. So I'm going to take that one, put it in the box, take the other one out. That way I actually have a working version of it. But it was just a little Star Trek clock that looked like the moon with the Enterprise above it. There was a digital clock. He was absolutely wasted and obviously won't be here again. But shit happens. It's just, I kept it in the box and kept it in the back for so long. And when we moved here, I was like, it's safe. It's in a safe place. It's not going to get fucked up. So I'll take it out. I'll display it with the other Star Trek stuff we have in the living room because we've got a ton of Star Trek stuff. Why? He was drunk and I was trying to help a friend. All I was doing was trying to help a friend and help him get his shit together. And he was drunk and he broke it. I don't think he did it intentionally. It wasn't an act of being mean or being a dick. He just was drunk and being dumb, and he broke it.
Those two often go hand in hand, quite often.
Oh, okay.
Well, same thing. Yeah.
Thank you, bro. And it's nice. It's nice to have people that aren't constantly fucked up. Most of my friends from when I was a kid, all except for one, are either in jail or they're fucked up. So and that's right. In the end, it's just stuff, and that's what I had to do. Yes, the broken Coca-Cola jar was replaced. That is an Eris thing. So I bought that for Eris, and when I broke the head off that, I was like, shit. She's going to use the old one as a planter to plant plants, pops, and she's got the new one back where the old one was. So that worked out. It was only like $10.
Yeah.
I'd paint the flag red. Yeah, you can totally do that. Paint the damn thing red.
Yeah.
They did that with the Star Destroyer, I believe, back in the day in the EU. They painted the damn thing red, which was cool because it was privately owned. It wasn't owned by the Empire anymore. I will share things too much, but no, I just had an evil mother. I get that. I totally get that. Grown up with a mom that was like, oh my God, your brother. My brother banged 2 underage chicks when he was younger in a church. Got them kicked out of that church. It didn't matter what he did. He, gave half our shit away before we moved and threw a party and did all this shit. And was always like, oh, your brother. So, yeah, we all have weird family to live with and deal with. And that's just, to me, that was just a normal part of growing up.
Yeah. Well, for some of us, it is. You grow up with it.
I really leaned into the Loki thing because they didn't call me Loki when I was little. Because my brother was.
Well, no, I mean,
a tall, long, blonde-haired kid that looked like Thor, and I was a little dark-haired, run to the litter. It's so
that's what your mama named you, huh? Oh, little baby Loki. Oh my God.
No, that's what. So my dad's call sign was Odin. He was the first flight leader for the S-3A Viking Squadron. that they had. So
Are
they changed his call sign to Odin. Eventually, he'd be known as No Gas because
Are we getting a lore drop right now?
we are.
All right.
So eventually, he'd go by No Gas because he landed S3A Viking without any fuel in Mexico when their global position, their GPS system, failed while they were flying, and they were trying to get back. So they knew, okay, head east. If we head east and we just keep heading east, we've got to run into land, right? So they just headed east, and the first bit of land they found, the first runway they found, they landed on it. It was a runway in Mexico. So they changed his call sign to Dogas. But before that, it was Odin because he was the first flight leader for that Viking squadron. And they were like, let's call him Odin. So my brother, who was 12 years older than I was, long hair, long blonde hair, big guy, played football. So obviously they were like, your son, Thor, how's Thor doing? But when I showed up, little dark haired, brat, they were like, oh, that's got to be Loki. You got to call him Loki. The nickname has to be Loki. So yes, the Loki is a Navy thing that's been carried on forever. It was my very first email I ever did was Loki. So there's always been Loki in there somewhere. So
wow,
that's just the way it is. The Viking is a bit like the A6 in that it had a side-by-side cockpit. Yes, it did. And it had 2 chairs in the back, one for a weapons operator, one for a radar operator. So you had your radar operator and your weapons operator. You had a pilot and a co-pilot. And there was a submarine hunter. Yes, it was. Yeah. It was a 4-seater jet, not a propeller plane. It was a jet. So.
But sometimes on a positive note, sometimes we get handed things that are meant to be broken.
That's true.
Like crash dummies. Anybody remember crash dummies?
Crash test dummies.
Those were the shit. I remember getting I got what were their names? My God, Slick and Spin, the 2 main crash dummies. And I got the bike. I got the motorbike. It was a 2-seater motorbike. And the first thing I did when I opened that some bitch was put it all together. And mom's watching me drag this thing across the carpet, and bam, little Zero runs that some bitch right into the wall. The pieces fly everywhere. My mom's freaking out. It's like, no, Mom, you're supposed to break these. They get put back together. Dude, I even had the plane. I had that big blue plane where you could put the crash dummy in the undercarriage and you push the eject button and the dummy falls open.
Do you remember Captain Power?
Awesome. I do.
Planet, Captain Planet, but Captain Power.
I remember Captain Power. Yep.
Captain Power and the soldiers of the future. Earth 2147, the legacy of the Metal Wars when man fought machines and machines won. Bio dreads, monstrous creations that hunt down human survivors and digitize them. But from the fire of the Metal Wars arose a new breed of warrior, born and trained to take down Lord Dread and his Bio Dread Empire. Their leader, Captain Jonathan Powers. Anyway, there were jets. They had these jet guns, okay? So you had these jets that were like guns. Pew, 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 right? And you could play along with the TV show where they had videos. They had these videos that was like level 1, and they were VHS tapes. So you could put these VHS tapes in your VCR, or you could watch the show and you'd have the gun and you'd shoot and play along as the show was going on. Right. And it was like laser tag. Well, the first time I lost, the plane, pieces fly off, the guy gets ejected, and my mom flipped out. You broke it. I can't believe you broke that after your father spent money on it. And I'm like, it's what happens when you lose. And she's like, huh? And I'm like, when you lose, the plane comes apart because it blew up and it throws the guy out. And she's like, that's just going to make a mess. I don't want you playing with it in the living room anymore. So I was relegated to okay, I've got to go in my room. I can't watch the VHS tapes. Obviously, on the weekends, Pops would overrule that, and we'd sit there and like tag team. We'd both play the VHS stuff, but it was like, okay, you can only watch the show in your room on like this shitty ass old TV, and that's it. So, no, she didn't. My dad did. My dad, he had the black one. He was like, "Oh, I've got the cool looking black one." I'm like, "That's the bad guy. I've got the cool white one.
I'm gonna be the bad guy.
I'll be the bad guy." You know?
Yeah. Is that Pat? Was that supposed to say how it's amazing he is not a spoiled brat? I'm just asking because I'll tell you what, because when I look back on times like this is how I'll wrap myself up this morning.
Or you're gonna wrap up this morning. That'll be new. Usually you go
no, I'm just gonna wrap myself up with a big bow, and you can all no, fuck it anyway. But no,
it would be nice just to have a normal channel for once, where I just review toys and that's it. No live streams, no, just toy reviews. Yes, I'm still gonna be on this one, but God help me, I won't have to deal with this guy. My God.
Yeah. Hey. You didn't put a gun to my head and say, or I didn't put a gun to your head and say, I need to be on Mondays. No, but the point is, like, I talk about a lot of stuff we had, a lot of stuff I have, whether it's video games or action figures or shit like that. But my main focal point with amassing that collection, no matter what's involved in it, is I respect it. I cherished it. Because as a kid, and even now, this is one of the things from childhood that I take into adulthood every single day. I don't ask for a whole lot. I don't expect things from people. And my mom will tell you to this day, I didn't ask for much as a kid. If I got something for Christmas, I cherished it. I respected it. I played the shit out of it, and I took care of it. And that's how I amassed the collections that I have now, is because I took care of them. I understood that, because we weren't rich growing up. My mom was working class. She spent a good chunk of my life being a single mom with 2 children, and she worked, and we always had food. We always had clothes, supplies for school. We always had all of that. And God bless her, we had our toys. And that's one of the staples of my life that I carry with me today, is to respect what you own and take care of it. That's right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's my good old fashioned sentimental nostalgia moment of the morning.
Squeaker says, speaking of watching, I'm not forgiving y'all for breaking my brain with Tropic Thunder. Favorite part of that movie? The Satan's Alley ad, where he's like, I've been a bad boy. And I'm like, oh my God, Tobey Maguire.
Oh, yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr. as priests that are like rubbing their rosaries against each other. And you're like, oh my God. And Robert Downey Jr. whispering at the end, I'm like, holy shiznit. I cannot believe you guys are doing this. My G1 Optimus still has his hands and blasters. So I took care of him. Roller, well, some things get lost along the way. Okay, Project Cambria.
It does happen.
If you didn't see it earlier, check out my new channel. I will be looking at a G1 Optimus Prime still in the box, and we are going to open that box.
Oh,
you're going to open that box in a video. Some point. I don't know when I'm going to do this. We're going to open the 86. I know we're going to open this. This is the 86. This is much newer. This came out, a couple of years ago. The 86 one, but we are actually going to open a G1 Prime live. Well, not live, but in a video. So I'll record it. I'll get it out there. The new channel is called Transform It already. If you haven't seen it, just in case anybody here is in here that didn't see it, we'll get out of here. There's nothing up on this yet. There's no videos up on here yet. I'm waiting on a backdrop and a tapestry to start. That should be here at the latest by the 19th of this month. So you will be getting content this month.
All right.
And then I'm looking at about three videos a week on this. And we'll do a whole shitload of shorts. We may do a short a day. I don't know. That's what we're going to do. So we will be opening a G1 Prime in the box.
Right.
So thank you, Samurai. Okay, so here's the deal. They originally said when I gave away that copy of Mortal Kombat, they said that it would be out on PS4. It is out digitally on PS4. Let me know if you have access to like the internet with your PS4. I will send you a gift card for Mortal Kombat Legacy. That's the best I can do for PS4. I've got a PS5 copy. That's gonna go back. I'm gonna get a refund for that because I don't need it. I've got 2 copies already, so I don't need another one. But if a gift card will be good with you, I know Keely Chow already got his code and activated it for Steam. But if you would like a gift card for the PS4 version that you wanted, I can get you that. That is the best I can do. They did not say they weren't coming out with physical copies for PS4. They had a very limited run of Xbox Series X. They did not do a physical copy for PS4, just PS5, PC, and Switch. So that is the very best I can do. Okay, I will send you a gift card then. It'll just be a general gift card. You can buy whatever we want with it. If you don't want Mortal Kombat, you don't have to get Mortal Kombat. But I'll just either email you or send you a number, the collection number that you can just put in on PlayStation and you'll get it. That way you don't have to wait for the mail. You don't have to wait for a card to come to you. I'll just send you the claim number and you can put that in and get whatever you want. Honestly, I don't care. I just can't send you a physical copy. I'm sorry that they didn't come out one for PS4. It didn't say that when I did the giveaway. I was under the impression that all of them were coming out. Thank you for throwing that in there. No, thank you, bro. So how can I reach you? I don't have access. Okay, email me at stone_loki@hotmail.com. That is stone, STONE _ the symbol _ not spell _ Loki, LOKI at hotmail.com. If you need help with the address, you can actually look on the channel and be like, show email, and you can see the email I have for this channel, which is stone _ Loki at hotmail.com. So just email me, send me an email. I'll send you the code and you can claim it through PlayStation. Really sorry I couldn't get you a physical copy. I wish I could, but we'll just send you a gift card and you can get whatever you want that way. So, or get Mortal Kombat. Shit, it works now. You can make tournaments. You can do private sessions. You can do all that. So you couldn't do that when it launched. It really pissed me off because we were going to do some tournaments and stuff, and then they just didn't do that. So.
Story of our lives this day and age.
Lucky number 11. Thank you, Pat. Guys, thank you very much. Seriously. I don't even have any content out on it yet, but it is coming. So I am excited about the Twitch channel. I'm excited about getting it off the ground. I'm excited about bringing you guys content because it's toys, and what's better than getting to play with toys when you're an adult? I mean, come on. And just transforming it, transform it already. Because get to the good part. Transform it. All right. Thank you so very much, Squeaky Mouse. We've gone 15 minutes over. Holy shit. Shrubby got a membership. Lady Aaron D got a membership. Tank Ferret Presents got a membership. Connie Clearly got a membership. And Crazy Horse. What's up, Crazy Horse? Got a membership. Thank you so very much, Squeaker, darling. You didn't have to do that. It is very much appreciated. I can't wait to talk about Tropic Thunder tomorrow over on Pops' channel. Because, like I said, I've been a bad boy. And holy shit, some of those commercials. I'm playing a dude dressed up like another dude who's acting like another dude. yeah, it's absolutely insane. So thank you, Squeaker, so very much. Can't wait to hang out with you tomorrow. This one's just for you. Then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna bring a little fire this morning, a little heat. Skull. All right, we're getting out of here. Be great. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend enter, and we'll see you on the next one. You guys have a great Monday and keep it real, guys.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.